Hey guys, it's your boy, the Big Outside MTV again, and today we are back in the shop. Today I'm going to be installing a new part on my 2022 Santa Cruz Bronson. If you guys saw my last video, you might have noticed that I said that the next part to be replaced on my bike was sadly going to be the shock. Well, I guess I shouldn't keep it a secret anymore because the thumbnail already kills it, so yeah, let me just show you right now. I'm going to be installing the TTX22M.2. I know it's a long name, but this is the newest and latest and greatest shock from Ohlins, and I'm stoked to put it on my 2022 Santa Cruz Bronson. So I'll give you guys a little backstory on why I'm replacing this shock, since I couldn't say in the last video because it would have taken forever to talk about. But I'll keep it quick, don't worry guys. Okay, so I'm going to name a couple of reasons why I'm going to be replacing this Fox DHX2 with the new Ohlins coil, and that is because this shock is not feeling the way I want it to feel. It feels a bit chattery, and I feel like I could definitely get a better shock. I've messed with the adjustments over and over again, and I just can't get it to feel quite right. And the next thing I'm going to talk about kind of corresponds with what I'm talking about with can't get the adjustment right, and partially is because I'm not a great suspension tuner by any means. This shock has 4 adjustments, which is high-speed compression, low-speed rebound, and high-speed rebound. And that's kind of a lot of adjustments if you don't know what you're doing. And I kind of have an idea what I was doing, but again, I couldn't get it to feel the way I wanted it to feel. So with the new TTX22M.2, it's only got 2 adjustments. Well, technically 3, but I'm leaving out the 3rd one because it's only a 3-position switch. It's got low speed rebound and low speed compression. And then it's got the 3-position high speed compression, so that should be fairly easy to dial in because it's only 3. And then you obviously have the rest of the coil parts, which is going to be the collar for preload, which you mostly set and forget, and then spring rate, of course. So that was a quick summary on why I'm replacing this shock. I could go more in depth, but I'm not going to bore you guys out with that. It's a great shock, but it is extremely difficult for me to get to the way I want it to feel. Again, I didn't go crazy with it, so I'm sure it could feel better, but I decided to try out the Ohlins because I haven't tried anything other than Fox and a little bit of RockShox. Alright, and another thing I wanted to cover with this shock is when I got it used on Pink Bike, and it actually came blown up. So I had to shell out $220 to get this thing rebuilt. So I was in about $420, and now I'm about $650 in, which is kind of a lot for it being a used shock. So long story short, decided to get a different shock, and if I end up liking this one a lot more, I'm going to sell this shock, which will pay for part of this. The next thing I want to cover that people misunderstood in my Fox DHX2 install video is this is an install video. A lot of people were like, oh, why didn't you show me how to install it? Well, I didn't show on how to install it because it's an install video. And also there's a lot of different suspension designs which use different hardware, and I just don't really want to get into how to pick hardware because my Santa Cruz uses a bearing in the rear, so I'm using a needle bearing, and then it uses a bushing up front. A lot of bikes just use bushings, and a lot of people just use Fox bushings or whatever. It's very straightforward, and it's really straightforward to install a shock. All you need to do is install the mounting hardware and just like 2 bolts and you're done. So again, I'm not going to get into that. But this video is also to have a place to ask questions. I'm decently knowledgeable with this coil shock, so if you guys have any questions, feel super free to go down in the comments and ask questions about this thing. I will get back to them as fast as I can, and yeah, hopefully you guys find me helpful. I'm trying my best to know how to answer all these questions, but I did do a lot of research on this thing, so if you have some mounting hardware questions, if you have some what do I need spring or whatever, drop them in the comments below. That's enough with the rambling. We're going to get into the install. It's going to be a montage, so yeah, let's get into the montage. Alright guys, future me here. It is fully installed and the next step is to go take it out for its first rip. Or maybe I've already done that.